Hello, my friends. I am popping in here for a very short bonus podcast episode of the Highly Sensitive, Happily Married podcast. And it's a really special one because it's mostly not going to be me talking. It's going to be 3 past clients sharing some cool stuff with you. So hang on for that. But first, I just want to let you know why I created this short little bonus podcast. I made it because, as you may or may not know, I have just opened enrollment or early enrollment for Treasured, my marriage coaching program for highly sensitive women who are done feeling less than happy in their marriages and want to enliven their marriage and bring deeper love and connection and joy into their marriages than they've ever had before in it. And along with this enrollment is some news, which is that this is now the only way you can work with me if you haven't worked with me before. This program is the doorway to working with me in various capacities, and it starts out as a group program. And then, of course, you can add in private sessions from there. This is definitely a best of both worlds way to work, and I wanted to share a little bit about why and what it's like and really help you get a sense of it. Because I know the idea of a group program, especially as a highly sensitive person, if you're kind of especially introverted or shy, it can feel slightly intimidating. So I want to talk a little bit about that. And I want to just address the hesitation some might have about whether or not this is a group format is actually effective when it comes to such a kind of intimate, personal challenge or issues, such as the ones that we have in our marriages. And rather than me talking to you about all this, I wanted you to hear it directly from 3 past treasured participants, Emma, Rockie, and Sonya. So in just a moment, they are going to share their experience of the group and what was the difference for them between some one-on-one work that they'd done and why it's such a great combination. And before I do that, I do want to say that a group coaching program actually does have different benefits than one-on-one coaching. And I believe that the ideal option is to do a combination of the two, which you can do in Treasured. That's why I'm so excited about this new format. But the truth is, when it comes to a group program, you will actually be helped and transformed in ways that are not possible in a purely one-on-one container. And this is because science has proven what we all kind of know deep down as sensitive women, that we actually heal and transform in relationship with others. We are wired for connection. And all too often in our modern world, especially as sensitive people, we do not have a community of like-minded, like-hearted people who really get us and who are specifically in our lives to support us with our growth and healing. So in Treasured, you get an instant community of amazing, caring, loving, sensitive women who are challenged with the same things and learning and growing in the same or similar ways as you. So you can really feel like you belong, like you're supported, and like you have people who have your back. And so with no further ado, I introduce to you my 3 wonderful past Treasured participants. Enjoy.
I believe deeply that the work of healing our relationships to ourselves and to the close people in our lives is collective work. I don't think it's really that possible to transform some of the patterns that we've inherited from living in a toxic relational culture by ourselves. That's one of the reasons that I really value the group structure of Treasured, because it allows you to sort of be accompanied by people who have enough in common with you in the healing work around this stuff to, be able to feel seen and heard and sort of buoyed by the other people in their journeys.
The thought about sharing intimate moments with your spouse, your husband, with a group of strangers, it does seem a little intimidating, but the experience of it wasn't anything like that at all. It was a beautiful experience.
Being in a small group of other highly sensitive people who are all working on some of the same challenges is helpful to overcoming some of the shame and isolation and feeling of otherness or being different that often comes with being a highly sensitive person in the world that we live in.
From the very beginning, the ladies who were in the treasured group, we all felt like we were on the same team. We felt, even without knowing anything about one another or knowing each other, I think we all felt the compassion, the kindness, and the space that was given to each and every one of us.
Being in the group and talking to them made me feel like my high sensitivity was okay and even wonderful, but comes with special challenges. And it just felt less alone in those challenges and more like there's a contingent of us in the world.
Even though each of us in the group were coming from somewhat different experiences, different generations, different flavors of challenges in our partnerships, we still had a lot in common. And often when one person had something to work on, a challenge that they were encountering, something they were looking for coaching around, the lessons and the patterns inside of that challenge were applicable to everybody.
We would take turns being coached. And although the sessions were not geared directly towards me every single time, I gained so much value from each of the sessions. By listening to the other ladies being coached, I was able to sit back and watch that. And through their coaching and through their experience, I also learned. That really helped me improve some of the things that I was already doing that I may not have been coached on. As I listened to the other ladies, I could see the importance and how I can incorporate them into my own life. The ladies may have come up with something that I may not have. And so that helped to get a different perspective, and it widened my experience.
I really learned a lot by hearing how they dealt with their high sensitivity, especially in their relationship.
Being able to just troubleshoot and bounce ideas off of Hannah and the other folks in the group, being able to have some insight and input on what I might not be seeing, what might be in a spot of invisibility for me, has really helped me.
The group was so supportive of the HSP experience and relationship work because it was just reinforced from several people, the importance of doing the work and the learning and the results that people had that they could report was so encouraging and reinforcing.
The mood of the room, if you will, was just one that was so conducive to being open and sharing and even crying and laughing. And so there were sessions where we cried, there were sessions where we laughed, and it turned out to be a beautiful, just very fulfilling, wonderful experience. One that I want to continue. I want to continue my friendship with the ladies in the group. I think we all feel the same way. The benefits for the one-on-one coaching are, I guess, pretty obvious. All the coaching at every session is about me. So I was able to get coached on very specific issues that were going on in my own life week after week. So it was really focused just on me.
The one-on-one work that Hannah offers alongside Treasured is super helpful for going deep on the personal and specific experiences that inform the challenges inside of your relationship. I found the one-on-one sessions to be the most accelerated learning and insight spaces of the whole Treasured program. They made some room for me to have rapid back and forth with Hannah and get more clarity about what some of the patterns were that were underneath my challenges that were difficult for me to name or see in the short period of time of a group coaching session. I appreciated the one-on-one sessions with Hannah so much.
One-on-one itself is a well-rounded experience, and so is Treasured, but putting them together just adds so much more depth and substance and experiences. And, as an HSP, we love that. We love depth.
For me, the thing that has made Treasured so worth the investment of time and financial resources is being able to deepen the lessons and the learning that Hannah makes freely available with relationship to the other people in the program, relationship to Hannah directly, and just relationship to the process as it accompanies your life over the course of a pretty lengthy 6-month period. It's the act of making that commitment and putting in that investment that helps keep your feet to the fire around making change. And let's be honest, change is uncomfortable, and healing even more so. These are not easy things to do. And all of us need support and accountability support when we're trying to do things differently and hold ourselves accountable for making real change. When you make an investment in a program like this, you're helping yourself show up fully to the change work that you want to do. And that's invaluable.
It's been life-changing and it's been invaluable.
So there you have it. My actual client's real experience within the group. Now, just please note that this is not a moment where they're sharing all the results and the changes they actually created from our time together. And if you're curious about that, you definitely need to head over to the description page of Treasured and learn all about it. You'll hear lots of testimonials. You'll hear lots of stories about how this work has transformed women's lives, women's marriages, and women's other relationships in their lives. So to see all that, head over to the show notes where there's a direct link to that page, or you can just go to www.lifeisworthloving.com/treasured. You'll also find the Work With Me Treasured tab on my website, so you could just go there. You'll also learn over there on the description page all about Treasured, all about what you get when you sign up, all about where you get to in your marriage and in your life when you do the work and join us in this process, and all about the options for just doing the group process or adding one-on-one on, and of course, how much all of this costs. I do want to note that if you are listening to this before Sunday night, April 30th, when you join Treasured by then, you actually get $500 off, which is a huge discount. So don't wait. As Sonya said herself, which you can hear in the last episode, 116, don't hesitate. Just do it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. See you inside Treasured and be oh so well.